Hi, my name's Paul Sargent, and this is the second in my series of videos walking you through the new historical thinking skills in AP history classes. Now, last time we talked about sources, primary and secondary, and today we're going to get into the second set of major skills that are involved in this. Skill set 2 is called making historical connections, and there are really three parts to this here. So students, let me walk you through kind of what you're going to be expected to do as the year goes on. All right, the first skill in this is comparison. Now, historians love to compare things. For example, a few years ago, the Arab Spring broke out, and throughout the Middle East, we saw peaceful, some usually peaceful, marches, demonstrations, and things like that, all throughout the Middle East. People took to the streets, they revolted against their oppressive rulers, in some cases with more success than others, many cases calling for assistance from the United States. But at the time, a lot of historical connections were drawn to the revolutions of 1848, when people took to the streets throughout Europe asking for more democracy, less authoritarian governments, and things like that. So we love drawing comparisons. Being able to draw comparisons is something that you're going to get very good at. You should be able to draw comparisons across periods of time, across space at the same time. You should be able to compare different societies. You should be able to compare different movements. This is almost endless in the possibilities of comparison that you can do, and historians like playing this game all the time. How is the Impressionist movement like or unlike the Renaissance? How is Austria-Hungary's development during the 19th century different from Germany's development during the 19th century? How are Germany and Italy's unification movements similar and or different? The second skill is what we call contextualization. Nothing happens in a vacuum, people. Every single thing that happens in your life, in my life, in the lives of all these people that we're going to be studying, it's totally a reflection of everything else that's going on around us. We get ideas from other places. We get inspiration from other people. We read new things. New texts become available. New writers have ideas. New forms of media give us access to more information. Other people do things, and we look and we say, wow, hey, that's a great idea. If we contextualize, if we can look and say this event is important, but it's also influenced by these other things that are going around at the same time, if you're able to do that, then you can contextualize. And if you can contextualize, you're going to have a broader understanding of the real nature of what's going on. And then the final skill within this set is called synthesis. Synthesis is simply bringing it all together. This is where you take everything you've learned and you try and apply it to what you're working on. This doesn't mean it has to come from this history class or another history class. You can bring in information from modern news, from other social studies classes, from science classes, from math classes, from art classes, from whatever it is that you know. Personal experiences are going to help you to synthesize things. So synthesis is the ability to see that historical events relate to a larger understanding of humanity and a larger understanding of the world. And so if your experience with archaeology, or if your classes in biology have taught you something that you can relate back to those historical events, then that's going to help you with this synthesis piece. You're going to be able to do that. So if you're looking at the bubonic plague, or an outbreak of tuberculosis, or the problem of sanitation in the cities after the Industrial Revolution, and you're able to bring science into it, or you're able to bring your relatives' experiences into it, then you're going to be able to synthesize. So comparison, contextualization, and synthesis. That's what this making historical connections piece is all about. And the goal here is to make you understand that things are not going to occur simply within the bounds of themselves, but that there's a much larger world at play here, and that things that are outside the bounds of what we teach, things that are outside the bounds of what we normally think about, that there can be things that cause an event or affect the way an event goes that have nothing to do with the event itself. That's an understanding of history. So work on that throughout the year and work on trying to play games, compare things, contextualize things, and synthesize things. So anyway, that's it for skill set number 2. My name is Paul Sargent. Subscribe to my channel so you can get updated whenever I post new videos, and very soon you'll be getting a video about skill set 3. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.